actually watch the documentary on it. It is so creepy, the things this killer used to do. This documentary will end up giving you nightmares. In 1970s, there was a total amount of at least 33 men who were murdered and raped by this notorious killer. His story inspired so many movies that we know of nowadays, which are horror movies. But what many people don't know is what actually made him like that. He actually had an abusive father who would hit him. He wouldn't support that his son was gay, so his dad would hit him, and he didn't believe in that. So this killer also had a neighbor who would end up abusing him as a little kid, and between the torture and abuse, he ended up becoming sick in his head, and that's what made him into this killer. But I'm not taking sides with the killer, but once you know the full story about this, then you will connect each and every puzzle together. The way he did everything once he was sick in the head, he would lure kids into his house because he had he used to work in construction, so he would lure his kids into his house. After giving them work, he would give them work and then invite them over for a beer and stuff like that. And then after that, he would show them a trick. The trick was the killer had handcuffs. He would put on the handcuffs, and the trick was try to get out of the handcuffs, you know? But the killer had the key, so he was able to get out of the handcuffs. And then he would tell the other person, let's see you try it. So once the other person would try it, he would put the handcuffs on, and then he would try to take them off, and he wouldn't be able to, and then he would say the trick was always have the key in your hand. So after handcuffing them, he would torture these poor victims, abuse them, do whatever he wanted with them. This killer goes by the name of John Wayne Gacy. John Wayne Gacy was one of the most notorious and most famous killers in the United States because of what he did. And he confessed to all of this. He confessed to every single little thing that he did. And if you actually look into it, it's really creepy, all the information you can find on John Wayne Gacy. John Wayne Gacy did pass away after them taking him to the court, and they gave him a death sentence. So yeah, they gave him a death sentence. So then he passed away already. But it is, I believe it is really creepy. That's, you never really know. What I actually find creepy is that you never really know who could be a killer, because you might think, oh, they're a really nice person, they're helping me out, but then the next thing they invite you to their home, and then they turn out to be a killer. So basically, this guy would do that, right? And then one day the police cracked down on him. Like, they found out he was doing this, and then once they caught him and once they went to the basement, they found all these bodies in the basement. It was so petrifying, so scary. But that is just one of the many stories of one of the most famous serial killers in the United States, probably even the war.